Radio check. Alright, looks like we are 5x5. Hello and welcome, Toasty Oats. Welcome to the stream, brother. USA. Yes, sir. Today I am recovering from being very, very sick. I don't know if you can hear the nasaliness in my voice or whatever. It was a pretty rough week for me, but I'm starting to recover and we're back. I wanted to throw a stream out there and test this PMDG 737 in 2024 again and see how it goes. So today we're just ripping a flight from Boston to Detroit, and we're gonna see how it goes, because I'm honestly kind of at my wit's end with the 2024 sim and the way it performs for me. Probably would help me to upgrade stuff on my PC, but I don't really have the means to do so at this moment. So we're gonna see how this goes. Last time it was a little tough. I wasn't able to use my brakes for some reason. That didn't work, and then I also had to slew to push back. Dang, I can hear it in the voice, my guy. Yeah, I'm recovering though. Today was much better than it has been, so that's all good. Anyway, so yeah, I'm almost at my wit's end with 24, so we'll see how this performs, and if worst comes to worst, I will just start using 20 again until I can figure out how to make 24 work, nicely for me. Alright, so let's go ahead and hop in and let's get started. Come on. There we go. Alright, so we're going to hope that this works just fine. So battery's going to come on, emergency lights can get armed, and then we'll go ahead and... What was that noise? What was that noise? It's kind of loud. Don't know if I like that, but alright. Okay. Oops. Why am I... There we go. Coming to the top here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start the APU. And then we'll just wait for that to spool up. I got a shower, I'll be back in a few. Alright, sounds good, brother. You know, we can flip this knob over here to APU gen. EGT is rising. And falling just as expected. And APU gen should be available momentarily. Which it is. Look at that. Alright, so come up top here. What is that noise, dude? Put the IRS knobs into nav mode, and I can't figure out how to do the realistic alignment. So I think this is just instant IRS align. Yeah, it's just instant, which is okay. That's fine. All of our panel lights are on, which is good. Alright, cool. So let's just do our flows then. Our flight controls are all on and guarded. Standby hydraulics, the lights are extinguished. Alternate flaps are off and guarded. Yaw damper can come on since our IRSs are aligned anyway. Okay, good. Navigation switches are all in normal. Display source is auto, and the control panel is normal. Excellent. Fuel pumps will leave off for now. APU gen, we have 28 amps positive charge, so that's really good. The AC switches are both in the on position, which is good. Battery's on. Standby power is off and guarded. That's good. Battery disconnects are guarded as well. That's good. Equipment cooling both in the normal position. Seatbelt signs are coming on. Emergency lights are armed. test our audio here, not too bad. Window heat can come on. Probe heat can stay off for now. Hydraulic pumps can stay off for now. Test the cockpit voice recorder. Look at that, I got a green light. Pressurization is indicating exactly what you expect on the ground. Voice recorder's auto, trim air is on. Packs can go to auto. We can go APU bleed, engine bleeds off for now, and get some warm air into the cabin. We're going up to flight level 360 today, that's our cruise, so we'll put that in the pressurization panel. Our landing elevation at Detroit is 645, so we're going to put 650, like so. 650, and then logo lights are on, nav lights are already on, that's good. Come up top here, test the flap lights, look at that, looks good. Dome light we don't really need because I can see just fine. Engine reverser switches or lights are off. EECs are on and guarded. Crew oxygen above 15. Passenger oxygen is normal and guarded. 3 greens for the landing gear. Flight recorder normal and guarded. Okay, the Mach speed's good. What? Oh, so that's the stick shaker making that noise? Weird. Okay. I don't know if that's buggy or what's going on there, but alright. Anyway, let's go ahead and get a... pick up the ATIS here. And altimeter is 29881. So we'll set that. Ooh. The altimeter is moving really slowly. Oh. That's really weird. Everything else is... yeah, everything else is moving fast, but the altimeter is moving kind of slow. That's weird. So this switch, this knob up here, is moving really slowly, but the standby altimeter is fast. That's so odd. Okay. Must be a bug. Alright, so we're just going to put our standard 180 in the airspeed. Today's runway we're planning on taking off from. We did get a PDC from Boston Center because they are online. They did not give us a runway, so we're just going to go ahead and for now use what SimBrief gave us, which 33 left seems to be the departure runway, so we'll do 330 on the heading indicator. And then we did happen to get a departure clearance, so we're going to look at the top altitude and set that in the altitude bug on our autopilot. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. I don't want to struggle with this again. Come on. Like, why is it like this? Oh my goodness. Okay. Cross data. There we go. Departure, Boston. Oops. We are on the Highland 7 departure. So we'll take a peek at that. Runway 15 right, do not exceed 210 until 520. 520 feet, is that what that's saying? Well, we're taking off runway 33 left anyway. Okay. Climb on heading 330 to intercept course 314 to tech. Okay, that's good. So 3-3 would be 3-3 left would be this one right here. Okay, I see. And we're going to tech, good. And then top altitude is 5,000. So that's what we'll put in the altitude bug here. And once we get a climb in the air, we'll fix it there. Okay, we're going to test these. Good. Got 3 greens, everything's set in the proper position. Love to see it. Let's go down here, throttle quadrant. Let's test our Fulton op. And fire test. Then extinguishers. Cargo fire test. Good. Our squawk code from ATC is 3452. So air mode C, that's good. Okay, so transponder set, the trims are set, we're good there. Audio panels are all good, stab trim, normal and guarded. Sweet, and we don't really have to check the emergency extend, we're not going to do any of that today. Alright, neato. So first things first is we'll go to the FMC, and this time, for some reason, I mean I'm glad it is, but my WinWing FMC is actually displaying. Last time it wasn't. I was able to push these buttons and it transferred to the sim, but I couldn't see it. But this time I can actually see on my screen what I'm doing. So it's a nice improvement. So we'll clear that. So our AIRAC cycle is up to date. It expires January 22nd. So we're good there. We'll go ahead and set the position. Our reference airport is Boston. Kilo Bravo Oscar Sierra. Good. Go to the next page, we'll use GPS left, and we'll put that in IRS position. And then origin is Boston. And we are going to Detroit, Wayne. Good. And we are 1432, Delta 1432 for this flight. And Cleveland is our alternate, so we'll put that in co-route. Oh, never mind. That's not how that works. I thought that's how that worked. Oh well, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, so we're expecting 3-3 left on the Highland 7. We'll change the runway if we wind up getting a different runway. Shouldn't be that hard. Go back to routes. Yep, good. And then from Highland, we're going direct to Cam, Charlie. So that's a VOR. Nope. Going Cam, and then Quebec 822 Airway to Gons, Golf Oscar, November, Zulu, and then direct Donio. Seems to be a pretty common waypoint for me lately. And Donio begins the Top Gun 2 arrival into Detroit. So execute that, go to arrivals. And we are doing the Top Gun 2, starting at Donio, and SimBrief is anticipating us using runway 22 right. So we'll plan for that, and then change if we need to. Okay, go to our legs page, verify there's no discontinuities. there are not. So we'll go to our performance init. Oh yeah, you know what I did forget to do? Was actually set the amounts of everything before I load it in. So real quick, we'll just do that. We'll go to our block fuel, which is 16,620. Payload, we're looking at 155 passengers. So 144. This is the dual class, so I'm just trying to math real quick. 45. 139, that's what I'm looking for. So 139 in the economy. Forward cargo. Oh, so we're looking at 85.25. So we'll just do 3,000 up front. And then the remaining 55.25 in the aft. Okay, and this should match. Does. Sweet. Alright, let's try this again. Perfinite. Now our zero fuel weight is 131.1. Okay. For reserves, we're looking for 4.9. Cost index they want us to use today is 33. Okay. So 33, and then cruise altitude today is flight level 360. Top of climb winds we'll use for cruise, and that's 310 at 66. So we'll actually get that profile. It says unable 1 at 280 knots, so we'll have to figure some stuff out later with our speeds. So we'll come over here to our performance tool. We're taking off runway, nope, come on. Runway 33 left, good. We'll import the data from the aircraft, and we'll import the weather, and then calculate, good. So we're doing a takeoff 2D rate, that's pretty significant. So we're doing a flaps 5, select temp of 34. So 34 on the select temp. We're doing a TO2D rate. And I'm curious if the N1 is matching. 88.4, not quite. That's fine though. Alright, so we'll just go over to take off. We are doing flaps 5. CG, we'll copy there. Trim value is 5.15. So we'll come out of here. And we'll look at 5.15, which is probably roughly around there. Looks good to me. So we'll come back to the FMC. And then go to the next page. Runway wind, I totally forgot to look at. 280 at 9er. 280 at 9er, and the slope is -0.01. Okay. So 280 at 9er. That looks about right. Let's check our V speeds. 142, 143, 147. Yeah, that matches. Almost. Alright, and VREF is 150, yep. Okay, good. Alright, so we got our performance, we have our route loaded up. And we're looking pretty good on everything here. And we are expected to call for push. So... Oop, nope. Camera's a little weird on this. Oh my goodness. Alright, so just want to verify that I have everything set up. Yes, I do. Alright. So we're gonna turn this all down, because that's a little too much in my opinion. Really don't need that much backlight going on up there. Okay. Oh, these ones I do want on. Gonna turn all of these screens down just to try and save our eyes a little bit. Don't need to be that bright. Alright, and since the IRSs are aligned, we're gonna go ahead and test the TCAS system. Get the red bars, all of the blips, the red traffic.
TCAS system test, okay.
Nice. Get rid of that master caution that stared me in the face. And just for the heck of it, why don't we test the GPWS?
Glide slope. Pull up. Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
It was louder than I was expecting.
Terrain, terrain. Pull up. Airspeed low.
It's pretty much the quick version of it. Okay. So now we're looking good and we're looking about ready to push. So we'll come up here and just get everything set up. So first thing is we have nothing in the center tank, so we can just have, we can leave the center pumps off, everything else comes on. We'll flip this to Gen 1 for engine start. Looking, everything else looks exactly how it should. Let's go ahead and get some hydraulic pressure. Brake pressure should come alive, which it does, good. Alright, and then we'll turn the packs off before engine start. Anti-collision light can come on, and we will go ahead. Oops. Okay. Alright, so we're looking ready for push. Now all I have to do is contact Boston Center for push, which is still on the line. Alright, so we're gate alpha 17. We have a information mic. Okay. So center is 134.7. And we'll just get en route Unicom on standby, just in case ATC. Because it doesn't look like we have any ATC going into Detroit, so we'll have en route on standby, and we don't expect anything to talk to but Boston Center. Okay. Right on. Boston Center, good evening. Delta 1432 is gate Alpha 17 with information mic requesting push and start.
Delta 1432, Boston Center, low, thanks for mic. Push onto the alleyway at your discretion and by spot 7, ready for taxi.
Alright, push into the alleyway, my discretion, advise spot 7, ready to taxi, Delta 1432.
Same thing here, Delta 751,
Cool.
that's Boston, looking for push.
Delta 761, caution, company 737 off your right side, push alley, your discretion by spot 7, ready for taxi.
Okay, let's see if this pushback works, shall we?
November 8 Alpha Tango, information Mike, plan for ILS 27 approach. American 225 heavy, wind 3009er and runway 27 for the land.
209, runway 27, American 225.
Boston Center,
Nope, that's not really working.
Victor Airborne 3500. 0771 Juliet Victor, radar contact.
Okay. So then let's try and do
Jazz 220 contact
the
Montreal
instant
arrival
pushback.
132.85. Have a good night.
13285, Jazz 220.
Flare 1003 at AB, cleared ILS runway 27 approach.
Oh my goodness. Let's see.
AB cleared, ILS approach 27, flare 103.
Highway Tango, request taxi to general aviation parking near 1.
Oh, there is no.
And November 58 Tango, welcome to Albany, taxi Charlie Alpha, cross runway 1. Have a good night.
Toggle
Charlie
pushback is
Alpha cross
Alt P.
1.
Oh, okay.
Number 1058 Tango, you have a great
Interesting.
evening.
Alright, so
Boston Center, good evening. United 913 Heavy with you, flight level 390.
I guess we're
At
just gonna do it this way.
Boston, hello, radar contact.
I gotta get a pushback tool for this sim.
73 leaving the airspace with Cleveland and New York closed. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved. Have a good night.
Alright, so let's go up top here. And packs are coming off. And we're going to turn on the right ignition. Looking for the change in duct pressure, which we have. And start valve is open. And N2 is rising. And I do have views.
About to leave it steady at 020, just passing 60 as we speak there, and then to America.
25% N2, introduce fuel.
Sorry, that was Saudi 020 calling in. Hey, from sorry, just passing 60 as America. Saudi
Oh, what are you
020 Bob,
doing?
thank
What are
you,
you
radar
doing?
contact,
What are you doing? We're just gonna end the pushback right here because I don't know what. I don't know what that pushback was trying to do, but
JetBlue 2354, send via the Roebuck pre-arrival. Runway 27 and Boston altimeter 2981.
About pre-arrival 987.
that was very strange. Alright, so let's go back up top here. We'll do the same for the left side. Look for the change in duct pressure, which we got. Looking for the star valve open, and N2 is
Cross
rising.
runway 4 left and hold short of runway 4 right.
Alright, runway 33 left, Kilo Bravo Charlie, cross the left, and 4 right.
And we'll introduce fuel. I know that this aircraft came with a new sound set for 2024, but it's not as good as I was expecting it to be, so I think I'm going to find a way to get Boris Audio Works installed into the 2024 version as well. Right on, so we got 2 stable engine starts. That's good. Everything looks good here. We'll turn on the engine gens. And we got power, 38 amps, positive charge, that's good. APU can get turned off. Probe heats can come on. Hydraulic pumps are good. We are going to expect some
Air Canada 494,
possible icing
fly heading
conditions on takeoff, so
280,
we'll turn the
vector
engine anti-ice on. And then packs can come back onto auto. I saw valve auto, engine bleeds on, and APU bleed off.
Air Canada
Good.
494, fly heading 280, vectors for sequence.
Alright, we'll turn the flight directors on.
Air Canada 494.
We'll do
FedEx 489,
auto brake
contact
RTO.
Moncton Center 132.2.
And then it's going to be flaps 5 and flight control check.
Boston Control, hello, JetBlue 2370 at flight level 330.
JetBlue 2370, Boston Center, hello, radar contact. Center maintain flight level 230.
Flight controls are free and correct.
710-230, JetBlue 2370.
American 225 Heavy,
Think
welcome
we're
to
ready to
Boston.
go.
Are you going to the American ramps or the international terminal on Echo?
You want the
And we need to go spot 7.
Sorry, that scattered in and out quite a bit. I didn't catch that. American ramps or international terminal?
Okay, and my brakes actually do work this time, so that's good.
American 225 Heavy, very good. Make a right turn onto Mike, left turn Echo. Echo down to the ramps and cross 4 left. Have a good night.
So sorry. Can you repeat that? Boston Center, so sorry. Can you repeat that for me, American 225?
American 225, right turn on Mike, left turn on Echo. Echo down to the ramps and cross 4 left. Have a good night.
Right on Mike, left Echo. Echo onto Romeo, then cross 4 left. Thank you.
Okay, spot 7 is somewhere on here.
Never once said Romeo. It's going to be Mike and Echo, cross 4 left.
Apologies, Mike, Echo, cross the 4 left. Thank you.
Delta 761, cross 4 right and hold short 27 at Charlie.
Cross 4 right, hold short 27 Charlie, Delta.
Clear 1003, wind 3009er, runway 27, clear to land.
We'll call when he's not as busy. I think I'm a little bit ahead of 7, but oh well.
JetBlue 769, leaving the airspace shortly with Washington offline. Have a good night. Alright, we'll see you later, 769.
A little bit busy, so. In center, Delta 1432, spot 7, ready to taxi.
Delta 1432, runway 33 left, taxi Kilo, Bravo, Charlie. Cross runway 4 left, then hold short of runway 4 right.
33 left, taxi via Kilo, Bravo, Charlie, cross 4 left, hold short 4 right, Delta 1432. Okay.
Delta 761, cross runway 27 at Charlie.
Okay, so real quick, just gonna look up and see what that is. So Kilo is right here, so it's gonna be Kilo.
1 Juliet Victor, I've got a reroute into Boston actually for you.
Bravo,
Should be a better route.
Charlie.
More direct.
We're crossing
If you're
4
out.
left here,
Well,
and
let
we're
me know when you're
holding
ready to stop.
short 4 right. Okay.
Alright, stand by.
Cool.
771 Juliet Victor.
So Kilo's gonna be on our right side up here.
Lake Jet 515 Boston. Yes, sir. Lake Jet 515.
So far everything's good. My brakes are actually working. I do have to get a pushback tool though. That'd be nice.
Lake Jet 515 Boston. Okay, radar contact and see direct haddock for the ILS 33 approach. Maintain 7,000. Direct haddock. Delta 761, runway 33 left, line up and wait, traffic on a 3.5 mile final crossing runway. Air Canada
I
248.
apologize for the lack of the face camera, but I look like trash because I've been struggling with that sickness, so I'll save you your eyes and how ugly I look right now.
Boston Center, United 913.
Okay, we got a 777 over there. Hopefully he's not in my way.
United 913, I think was calling. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get off here, so thank you for the ATC.
Alright, we'll see you.
See you.
Boston Center, sir, 771 Juliet Victor, ready to copy. Lake Jet 515, cross Haddock 2,500, third straight in ILS 33.
Attic 2,500, third on left.
Okay, we're just gonna verify. So that's
Here's 1 Juliet
Alpha.
Victor, clear to Boston Logan Airport via present position.
I'm just gonna go in the
direct
external view so I don't
Oscar,
screw this
Oscar,
up.
November, Sierra, and direct.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna be a straight left turn, just like I thought.
Alright, cleared to Boston.
And Charlie's gonna
from
be
current position, direct woo,
up to the
then
left.
direct to Kilo Bravo Oscar Sierra 771 Juliet Victor. Here's 1 Juliet Victor, read back correct. November 8 Alpha Tango, fly heading 010, vectors for final, then maintain 7,000.
010, 7,000, Tonez.
Air Canada 494 Heavy. Am I able to go for about 5 minutes?
Oh,
Just checking, looks like you've decided to go on course by yourself. Last
I
instruction
don't know
heading
what
280,
happened there,
correct?
but a plane was doing something crazy.
Sorry, flying 280.
Okay, Charlie's gonna be my next
what,
right
just-
turn.
Where are you headed right now?
Not sure I say that, but Papa Bravo Echo Romeo Golf.
Alright, Air Canada 494, just proceed direct T-Bird.
Alright, direct P-Bird, Air Canada 494 Heavy.
Delta 761, runway 33 left, there for takeoff.
Left for takeoff.
Letter 1003, welcome to Boston. Taxi Kilo Alpha, cross 4
Okay, we'll
left.
get our
have a good night.
lights going since we're crossing a runway. Oop, that was the wrong button.
Kilo Alpha cross 4 left.
So we're crossing 4 left and we're holding short of 4 right.
JetBlue 2354, information Mike, land ILS 27.
Mike,
Oop. A little bit of a stutter there.
JetBlue 2370, descend via the Roebuck re-arrival for runway
Clear
27
right.
and Boston altimeter 2981.
Try to maintain control here.
Arrival 7, altimeter 2981, JetBlue 2370.
Get across the runway here. Alright. Lights back to normal. And we're holding short of 4 right. Coming up here.
Boston Center, good evening, American 350, Pueblo 350.
American 350 Boston Center, low radar contact. Delta 1432, cross runway 4 right, hold short 27 at Charlie.
Cross 4 right, hold short 27 at Charlie, Delta 1432.
Delta 761, radar contact with altitude.
Alright, so we're crossing this runway now, and we're holding short of 27 at Charlie, which
Delta
is that right
761,
turn.
radar contact with your altitude.
761 at 2.31.
just clearing both sides as best as I can without making my game stutter.
JetBlue 769, leaving the airspace, Washington closed, good night. November 8 Alpha Tango, it's going to maintain 3,000.
3,000, Tonez.
Alright, now
Delta
that we're
821
across the
Boston,
runway.
radar contact, it's going to maintain level 230.
We have to make a slight right turn up here. We'll hold short of 27.
Air Canada 494, you back?
And then it's going to be Charlie to 33 left.
Hey, sir.
Air Canada 494, cross FDOT, added maintain 11,000.
So let's go ahead and just get the departure ready to go.
Cross F dot at 4110. Air Canada 494 Heavy.
November 8 Alpha Tango, yeah, looks like you're correcting now, thank you. Delta 1432, cross runway 27.
Cross 27 at Charlie, Delta 1432.
Like jet 515, wind 3209er, runway 33, clear to land.
33 clear to land, like jet 515.
And you know what? We'll go ahead and turn wing inspection lights on. Get those lights back to normal. Curious what these look like. Okay. Not too bad. We'll arm our auto throttle. We're gonna do LNAV and VNAV as well.
Delta 1432, wind 3009er, runway 33, left, clear for takeoff.
33 left, clear for takeoff, Delta 1432. Okay. We're cleared for takeoff, so let's get the lights all going. And everything is set just how I want it to be, so that's good. Clear right, clear left. And clear for takeoff. And it's going to be a nice easy runway heading and then intercept 314. And that's to Tech. Okay.
Canada
Try to get as much runway
248,
as
transition
possible.
to maintain 300 knots over radar for spacing.
300 knots our radar.
Okay.
Canada
Engine's
494,
40%.
transition to 270 knots for spacing.
Forward pressure on the Yoke.
Transition to 270 knots, Air Canada 494.
There it is, engine stabilized. Toga.
2370, information light, plan ILS intercept approach.
Information Mike and let's 27 approach, jet 237.
Cross check. Knots relieve the forward pressure.
V1 take. V2. Center American 350, West Direct Seabird.
350 approved as requested, direct Seabird.
Direct Seabird, American 350.
So great. Gear up. And we'll just keep this speed for a second. I'm going to have to adjust that sensitivity down the road. Okay, it's about 1,000 feet. We'll lower your nose.
Delta 1432, radar contact with altitude.
Passing through 1,900, Delta 1432.
1432, thank you. Climb maintain level 360.
Climb and maintain flight level 360, Delta 14932. I almost said 1492, I don't know why. So we're going straight to our cruise. Flaps can go to 1. Probably should have just did this. Okay. And flaps go up.
Delta 821, descend via the Roebuck pre-arrival for runway 27. I'll skip their 2981.
Alright, neat. So auto brakes can go off, gear lever can go to off now as well. We're climbing through a layer here, so our anti-ice is definitely going to stay on. Nice sweet departure out of here. I like it.
Air Canada 248, contact Montreal arrival 132.85, and just let them know if you're speed.
13285 is the speed there, Canada.
JetBlue 2350 floor, fly heading 020, vectors for final, going to maintain 8,000.
Alright, everything's looking good so far. Engine gauges are looking good. Forgot to put them here.
Like that 515, so are you going to signature, north side? Right, like jet 515, no traffic at the field, so you can taxi your discretion. That's good. Okay. Yeah, if I just have you go over to, if you just want to taxi your discretion, that's fine if you stay with me. There's no traffic in the field, so you don't have to simulate that. Air Canada 494, contact Montreal, arrival 132.85, and just let them know of your speed.
Over to Montreal, arrival, Air Canada 494 heavy.
Kind of interesting how the cloud layer doesn't seem that thick, but we're still kind of going in and out of it. It looks really cool though.
JetBlue 2354, descend and maintain 5,000.
Alright, 10,000 feet, notify the flight attendants. Landing and lights and taxi lights can go off.
Center, good evening, DHL 98.
We'll keep the wing inspection light on
flight level
because
220, flight level 400.
we are still going through clouds and icing as hard as possible.
Bob, hello, climb maintain level 400.
Maintain level 400, 98.
Couldn't tell if it's bumpy out or if the wing or if the PMDG just likes to bounce its wing. I don't know. Very interesting. Holy, what is that speed bug doing right now? Oh yeah, I was gonna check the descent page. It says that it can't do 280. Oh, yep, okay. So since we have a 280 speed restriction on our arrival into Detroit, I'm just going to do /280, put it right there for the descent page and just execute it there.
That's approved. I am leaving in about 5 minutes. So if I'm not back, you can switch over to advisory and your instruction would be to cross FDOT at 11,000.
I'm good to zoom in this too. What is this speed bug doing right now? Sorry about that, I'm back now. Hey, don't be sorry, no worries, dude. You gotta do what you gotta do.
2354, fly heading 360.
I just appreciate you joining me. Pretty smooth flight so far. My brakes actually worked this time. I gotta get a pushback plug-in for this simulator because the one I have in 2020 actually didn't transfer over to 24, and I like that one a lot because you can like actually, you know, move like the plane icon and stuff and push to where you want to push to. I gotta get that. And the performance is also not all that bad either. Speedbug is doing something weird. That Speedbug is just bouncing quite a bit, but it's not causing any issues, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. But it's going pretty well so far. And we'll get that activity banner going since now sterile cockpit is no longer of concern.
JetBlue 2354, might as well make it a left turn now, heading 300 to close slide.
Not entirely sure why I had the problems I had the first time I flew this plane in this sim, but I'm not having any issues this time, so I'm not so worried about it. Maybe it is just because it was the first time I flew that plane on here. So, yeah. 18,000 feet, so altimeter's to standard, good. I saw they did an update with Xbox and it's way better, so maybe they did PC too. Are you talking about Microsoft or PMDG?
JetBlue 2354, you're cleared ILS 27 approach. I'm signing off here momentarily. CTAP is 128.8. Have a good night. 128.8. You're number 2 for the field. No one behind you for another 30 miles. CTAP 128.8. Have a good night.
Number 2 and 128.8 for JetBlue 2370. Thank you for service. Bye-bye.
Delta 821, number 3 for the field, and CTAP for Boston 128.8.
Like game updates? Oh, yeah, Sim Update 4 released.
Juliet Victor, you're 4 for the field. Number 4 for the Boston Airport, and CTAP for your filter.
It's hard to say.
Good night. Delta 350, early instructions.
Give me a second.
MDOT at 11,000. Altimeter for Burlington.
I'm going to listen for my call sign because he's signing off, so I'm going to be handed off to advisory.
Attention all other aircraft on frequency. Boston Center is now closed up. Have a wonderful night. Be safe. Attention to that.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Alright. So yeah, the Sim Update 4 was released, and I don't know, I still have just interesting, uncommon, like, performance issues with the sim even after the update. Now, I will say that with every update that's being released, it is slowly getting better, but I still have some issues here and there. And the one thing though that has improved is it seems like whenever I set controls, they actually save now. Like they stop deleting themselves. So that's a bit of an upgrade. But yeah, they did the new Sim Update 4 for everything, PC and Xbox. I think they still got quite a bit of work to do, but it is getting better. It's not terrible. I'm enjoying it so far. Now we're finally out of the clouds, so we'll come up top here, turn off the anti-ice, ignition off, and wing inspection lights can also go off. Right, and no ATC online between myself and Detroit, so I'm just going to look up CTAF, which is 133.8. Detroit. And then get that on standby. Your clouds should be better too then. Looked insane on console. Yeah, I mean, I always had like the clouds on the higher settings, so I mean they've always looked good to me. I don't know what they improved actually with some update 4. I never got to check the change log or anything like that, but I mean, the clouds are looking pretty good. I don't know if they're different in my opinion, but again, I've always had them on the higher setting. You know, something really cool though. I added the Wi-Fi antenna at the top of the plane. I didn't realize that you could do that. I was looking for the IRS realistic alignment time and came across the Wi-Fi antenna. And I figured, you know, since it is Delta, might as well slap the Wi-Fi antenna on there. Oh. Cleveland Center just signed on. We got a bit to go there, but might get some ATC on our way to Detroit. Gotta have the Wi-Fi. That's right. Especially on a Delta plane, it's expected now, right? What's a Delta Airlines flight, especially on a 737, a mainline, without Wi-Fi? I mean, like, even the regionals have Wi-Fi. Those E-Jets, the E-175s, E-190s, they all got Wi-Fi, to my understanding. And, like, good Wi-Fi, too. Yeah, I remember watching YouTube videos while cleaning them. Yeah. Like, were you able to use the plane's Wi-Fi while you were cleaning them, like on the ground? Sorry, muted myself. Had to clear out a little bit. The 175 is actually what I was trained to start APU in, and the CRJ7 and 900. Oh, nice. Yeah, haha, because we could turn the power on, so we could turn the Wi-Fi on. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I like that it works on the ground. Those E-jets these days are using like Starlink now, from what I understand. So they're getting like that good Wi-Fi no matter where they are, in the air, on the ground. At least that's what my flight attendant friend tells me. Was it pretty fast when you were, you know, working on them? I think they just used to use a cell signal in the past, like a portable Wi-Fi thing. Oh yeah, it must have been pretty slow then, I imagine. 1,000 to go. Fast enough, I guess, but not good. Yeah. Well, I don't think that all of them are using Starlink either, though. Just like the newer E-jets, at least, are starting to use that kind of stuff. My flight attendant friend says he gets some pretty solid, like, quick response when he uses his phone up in the air. So they're really upgrading now. Alright, we are at our cruise altitude. Seems pretty smooth, so we're going to turn off the seatbelt sign. And we'll just monitor throughout the flight, just in case we run into any crazy turbulence, but there are no reports of turbulence at all. So I'm not expecting us to get rocked around at all. It's a smart idea, it makes sense. Yeah, honestly it does. It's really the only way you would get quality service up at altitude is satellites, really. With that little hole in the clouds up there, that does look pretty good. Despite all the performance issues and everything, I love the way this sim looks. The graphics are definitely mesmerizing. That's unfortunate. As quickly as he signed on, Cleveland Center apparently is already signed off. Oh, wait, maybe not. Well, he went from on center to clearance delivery at Saginaw, Michigan. I don't know. I guess if he is on center, we'll get the alert when we enter his airspace. If not, we'll just go without ATC. According to Google, most of your domestic flights use a cellular-based high-power long-range antennas. The ones on the belly to the ground cell towers. The airlines have contracts with the sub. International flights have both until they leave mainland. And they switch to a satellite system. Oh, I gotcha. I mean, I'm sure that's how they've always done it. I've just heard that, like, I think they're changing some things, like, I'm pretty sure the E-Jets, like the newer E-Jets for Delta, or SkyWest, or whatever, I heard that they're using Starlink now, but could be wrong. Could be a bold assumption. But I think that's usually how it goes. But times are changing, and people, even the ones who are only on a plane for 20 minutes from A to B, they want too much. Must have that speed. Starlink would make sense. Cell towers are becoming null. Yeah, dude. You think that the cell towers would like have improved, but I don't think they ever did. 5G wasn't even that much of an improvement in cell speed. All it did was mess up radio altimeters in aircraft. Useless. pretty picture perfect cruise here. Got, you know, clouds to display, but not enough to where it's totally covering the ground, so you get a little bit of the ground on top of it as well. I like it. Top of descent as well. Still got some cruise to go. So sit back and enjoy the view. My mind just exploded a little. Why? COVID-19 was 7 years ago. 6 years ago. It started in 2020. But yeah, that can't believe that was already 6 years ago either. Holy crap. And what a time it was too. It ruined everything. Especially my time perception. I got it in 2019. COVID? In February? Sure it was in 2019? In February? Nah, dude, it didn't... Because they didn't even know it was a thing until, like, they were talking about people at airports in China getting sick in, like, November of 2019. But it wasn't a real crazy thing until 2020 here. Oh, before they actually called it COVID. Oh. Interesting. Yeah. Still, either way, I can't believe it was that many years either. That's just insane, because it all just feels like it was yesterday. Maybe I'm thinking February 2020. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2020. Because, yeah, they didn't know what it was in, like, November of 2019. It was around, like, Thanksgiving when everyone was traveling, and apparently everyone who was at, like, the airport got extremely sick, and, yeah. The only reason I remember it so well was because it was the first year when I was living in Minnesota, because I moved out there in April 2019 and it didn't exist at that point in time. Because in February 2019 I was actually still living here. But still, 6 years is... I can't believe it. That's absurd. Alright, and just to stay ahead of the game, I guess now would be a good time to set up the approach into Detroit. So we're planning for runway 22 right. So we'll go to approaches, and we'll just load the ILS 22 right. What is the ILS key? That's basically the same thing. I loaded Yankee into the FMC, so I guess that's what we'll use. So let's go ahead and start with the localizer frequency, which is 111.75. So 111.75 we'll put into both our nav radios. Okay, and those are loaded in on both sides. Good. Approach course is 213, 213, so we'll throw that in here. There we go. Right on. Right, and at Angel we want to be at 2,000 feet or above, and this is quite the step down here. So we got 4,000. Okay, yeah. So worst comes to worst, we could just vector ourselves over, or we'll figure this out once we get a little bit closer, I think. But for now, decision altitude is 892, so we're going to put that in there. These knobs are very slow for some reason. So both these knobs up here are incredibly slow, except for when you drag. That's really interesting. So 892, and airport elevation is 645. Touchdown's elevation is 642. Okay, which is similar. Minimum safe altitude is 2,800. Missed approach is a climb to 1,100, and then a climbing right turn to 4,000. Outbound on the Detroit VOR, radial 297. So climbing right turn, then you intercept 297. Then you take that to the don't intersection, if that's how you say it, and you hold there, and it looks like it'll be a parallel entry from that point. Okay. Neato. We are 80 miles from top of descent. I guess the only other thing is we can calculate our VREF speed. So performance tool, landing and routes. We're doing 22 right. What the weather, calculate. And VREF is 150. Okay. So VREF is 150 at flaps 30. Works for me. We can use that. Sweet. And we'll enjoy the view a little longer before we begin our descent. plan for this arrival as well. We're doing the Top Gun 2. This one's actually pretty easy, beginning at Donio. So by Wolfman, we want to be at 280 knots, which we fixed our descent stuff. So we'll descend via Mach number until intercepting 280. Then maintain 280 until slowed by the star, cake it. So 280 at Wolfman, at or above flight level 240, and then down to between 11 and 14,000 by Top Gun, also still at 280 knots. Then we'll have to slow to 250 by 10,000 feet. And then 210 at the end of this arrival. Very good to know. And then we'll intercept the final approach course from there. Right on, so top of descent is coming in about 30 miles. I am gonna hit the descent just a little early, somewhere between 10 to 20 miles. Just to try and get the, make sure that the plane holds its speeds properly. Which it should be able to just fine. So we all know that the 737 does not like to slow down. So if you start the descent a little bit early, just a little bit, for some reason it helps the VNAV maintain its speeds better. First thing we'll do though is set the altitude bug for the first altitude restriction, which is 240, and then after we cross Wolfman, it'll drop down to 11,000. Since descent is beginning soon, we'll throw the seatbelt signs back on. Oh. Oh, it's auto ATC, it's not even... Okay, I thought that maybe Cleveland Center decided to hop back on? No, it's just auto ATC. Telling me to if I can speak, to descend via the Top Gun 2 arrival, which is what I'm already doing. Although the altimeter is 3001, that's a good piece of information that I should have known. There we go. 3001 is on standby now. Alright, we'll go ahead and execute the descent. intercepted the actual VNAV profile. Okay, crossed over Wolfman, so now we can go 11,000 feet. And drag is going to be required after Top Gun. So we'll just keep that in mind. The next step down is going to be, bottom is 8,000 feet. Altimeters can go to local. Let the flight attendants know. Final descent. And pretty soon here, landing lights are going to come on and all that good stuff for 10,000 feet. Looks like we're going to have 1,000 right at Top Gun, so it's possible I might have to reset my VNAV, or maybe I just lower the altitude before we even get there. I don't know. Alright, so we're getting closer to the clouds, so I'm going to put the ignition switches on continuous and engine anti-ice on, wait for them to light up and they dim. Okay, those are working pretty good, pretty well. Let's just lower this to 8,000 so I don't have to try and reset the VNAV. Doing a pretty good job of holding there. There we go. Sweet. And we'll just get this all ready to go. Lights and stuff. Wing inspection lights are coming back on. Don't have any ice or anything we don't have to worry about there. But it is within 10 degrees Celsius, so the risk factor for icing is high. And we were told that drag would be required after Top Gun, so we'll go ahead and throw that in. So we can be 250 or below by 10,000. What in the crazy maneuvering did this plane just do? That was a very strange thing for the plane to do. Oh well. $7,210 is the next restriction. Bring it down to 7,000 now. I feel like now we're at a good point where the speed brakes won't be necessary. Look at that. Nope, nope. Did not want that. What just happened? Why did the HUD just come down? Oh, okay. I don't know why the HUD came down. That was weird. Alright. So, the aircraft's slowing down, which is good. Rider, and I'm comfortable with switching back to the approach plate. So let's go back over here. LSU-B22 right. And it has us going to rider number right. Oh, that's the end of the arrival. Then Wonder, we want to be 3,000 by Wonder. So lower down to 3,000 on the altitude bug. And 210 is a really good speed to be right now. actually just get rid of the vector. Drop the slats, we'll switch over to the Detroit CTAF, verify ATC is not online, which they're not. Do have another inbound ahead of me. Okay. And looking at the approach plate here, minimum safe altitude is 2,800. I imagine, what, 25 miles from the Detroit VOR. I don't like this guy in front of me. He's gonna try and cut me off, isn't he? Well, he's not going to be able to because I'm going to keep ahead of him in speed. Okay. Detroit traffic, Delta 1432 is 20 miles to the northeast, intercepting the ILS 22 right Detroit. Really hope he doesn't try to cut me off. That'd be so annoying. But would I be surprised? No. Worst comes to worst, we could always sidestep. Because 22 right is all the way out here. So in reality, we could sidestep 22 left. Assuming we have visual. I mean, it's plenty VFR, it looks like, so. Just gonna rock a speed intervention so I can control the speed manually. What? I'm not even using like your ATC, dude. Yeah, he's gonna cut me off. Oh, nice. Oh, so kind of him. It's not even on the right frequency either. Oh, Andy's Delta 1433. I'm Delta 1432. It's coming from Minneapolis. Intriguing. No, we'll just slow down early. We'll just use flaps. Oh, that looks pretty good. It's a good looking thing. Now he switched over. Now he's on the correct frequency. Detroit traffic, Delta 1432 is 5 miles from Wonder to intercept the ILS 22 right, Detroit. Hopefully that cues him to make a radio call. Will he? Yeah, I don't know. Because now he's actually on the correct frequency. He's not making any calls. Okay, 7 mile final. Okay, that should be enough separation. I did slow down enough. I'll just stay at 180. I'd say it's probably okay to arm approach mode now. Command B. So we get a dual channel. We'll actually slow down to 170. Detroit traffic, Delta 1432, 7 mile final, runway 22 right. We're keeping it slow for traffic, Detroit. Yep, we're going to keep it on the slower side here. To 155, we intercepted the glide slope, so the gear's coming down. 3 greens below. 3 greens up top. Good. Flaps can go 15. What? Why did that come out again? Why does the HUD keep coming out? It's so weird. Is this an offset approach? Brakes, we're going to 3. Arm the speed brake. Flaps 30, and we'll do 151. Well, hey, it's good. Right on time. Okay, so for some reason I am offset. So I'm just gonna slowly and nice and easily shift over here.
500.
I'm gonna pick my speed back up just because this is very sensitive. Very sensitive.
400.
I'm gonna have to work my sensitivity settings on this plane.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue. We have visual.
$100.
Gotta keep very small
50.
movements.
30. 20. 10.
Nice and easy. Come on. Oh. Just trying to lift back up on us, I guess. Let's get back on that center line. Oh, it's the sensitivity really throwing me off. Jeez. two in reverse. Goodness gracious. Well, okay, 60 knots, reversers are out. Speed brakes can get stowed. Turn the auto brake off. What is this? I don't want that. Taxiway ribbon? Why is that there? What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, APU. Yeah, that sensitivity was a little off. It was very, very sensitive. So we're going to clear the runway here. Detroit traffic, Delta 1432, clear of runway 22 right, Detroit. Alright, so what we'll do real quick is let's go down here. Oop. Let's just set the parking brake for a second. I do want to turn these assistances off. I don't know why the taxi ribbon's there. Never wanted that on. Okay, there we go. Alright, landing light off, strobes off, wing inspection lights off, anti-ice can come off as well, ignition off of continuous as well. Okay, let's take a look at our taxi path. We're going to the Alpha terminal, which is the bottom, so Alpha, Romeo, Kilo. Detroit traffic, Delta 1432 is taking Alpha, Romeo, Kilo to the Alpha terminal, Detroit. Okay, and actually I just want to see parking gates. We're going to Alpha 6, which is at the bottom here. Okay. Alright, let's get a move on. Flaps can come up as well. Yeah, so I mean, the approach was fine. I had, even though it was ultra sensitive, I still had, you know, pretty good control of the aircraft all the way down. And even like just into the flare, it was good, but after the wheels touched down on the ground, for some reason, the sensitivity just totally like, it doubled basically, and the plane like tried to take off back into the air. It was crazy. But negative 82 on that landing. That is an absolute greaser. Just a little bit of a left side slip to 2.98 degrees. Trying to properly use rudder authority next time. At 2 degrees is not bad at all though. 5 knot headwind, not too bad. 1.01 G on the landing as well. Nice. It did count as a bounce, so the wheels must have lifted back up again. Curious to see what that looks like from the outside when we do our replay. Detroit traffic, Delta 1432 is crossing 22 left on Romeo, Detroit. We're clear on both sides. So I'm definitely going to tweak the sensitivity, but that was actually a very, despite that, very nice landing. I'm actually very pleased with it. We make the right turn here on Kilo. And then we might have to hop on Juliet. Yeah, we'll have to hop on Juliet so we don't accidentally run into the de-ice pad. It's alright though. Oh, you know what? Gotta turn those lights back off. I never made my clear call, but it doesn't matter. No one's around anyway. Oh, okay, I see. Continue Juliet until it looks to be uniform 9er over here. Oh, okay, uniform 9er. Interesting. Someone in my gate. I thought I turned off all of the static aircraft displays. So maybe my settings do keep deleting, or maybe I did that. Yeah, I don't know. I could have sworn that I turned those off. All of those static planes. So I guess we're not going to Alpha 6 because someone's in it. Because I know not that many people are on VATSIM right now. That's absurd. Okay. Sir. You know what? I don't understand why flight model. Nope. Is that it? No. Where is it? I want to get the static aircraft out of there. traffic quantity. Oh. Yeah, I thought I turned all these off. Oh. Parked aircraft off. Save them back. Yeah, I could have sworn I turned all of those off already. Goodness. Oh. Let's go ahead and take this gate right here. So this is close to Alpha 6, which is where I originally was trying to park at. Because that's where the real flight goes. Or went to. Stop right about here. Then we'll set our parking brake. And then we'll disconnect from VATSIM. And I'm not going to shut down yet until after the replay. Because maybe everything will work properly if I do that. So go to external view here. And we'll replay. Alright, so yeah. The plane was super sensitive here. But I was holding it together pretty well. Up until right after the wheels touched down. Yeah, see, that was a little aggressive of a flare, more than I meant for it to be. Kinda, yeah, right there, see, the nose like picked up on me when I didn't normally go up. Had to kick over more on center over there.
Too low, terrain. Tell there was some weird rudder stuff going on there. Just back up, yeah. Right on. So we'll stop the replay. Oh, you know what? Did I? Oh, crap. Here we go. Okay, so we're at the gate. Alright. Well, all the lights are all back on, but that's... I'll just turn those off. Okay, so... we'll get that EPU gen on, then we'll stop the engines. And we're looking at less than 20% N1, so anti-collision lights off, yaw dampers off. Good, fuel pumps can all come off. EPU gen, 49 amps, it's good. Fast seatbelt signs are off. Window heat off, probe heat off. Hydraulic pumps off. Packs, CPU bleed. And ISO valve open. Look at that. Alright. Oh. Okay. And my sim just crashed. Alright. How fun. Yeah, I probably should have did the replay as the very, very last thing. What a way to end it with a sim crash. Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. That actually went pretty well. The brakes worked. The pushback, figured out how to do the in-sim pushback. I thought I had my key bindings for the keyboard on 2020 controls, and it said it was, but clearly it wasn't by the way it controlled. But I definitely have to work the sensitivity on this plane because it's a little rough. Other than that, it was actually pretty nice. But yeah, that's about all I got. I'm gonna get some rest now after not feeling well. It's been quite a week. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you, Toasty Oats, for stopping by. Thanks to anyone else who decided to stop by and might also watch it in the future. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, day, whatever it is, wherever you are. And I don't know when I'm going to stream again, but hopefully soon. Anyway, until next time, we'll see you.